team all-conference honors?
It's always pretty cool if you get individual awards. It's always an honor for sure.
Seeing Coach get co-coach of the year, Casey get second team, U13, I guess was this kind of a icing on what had been a really good season, or did you kind of pay much attention to the individual stuff at all?
I mean, I've been around quite a bit, so I know that if you do well as a team, then individual awards kind of come with that. So I'm especially really happy for Coach that he got Coach of the Year, and then me and Casey getting the like all Big Ten teams. That's just, I mean, we've been playing well all season, so that's kind of just, yeah, I guess icing on the cake. Not really. I'm just focused on the team right now, because if we keep continuing to do well as a team, then other individuals things will come along with that.
Rienk, going into the conference tournament, just what does it take to win in a conference tournament, not just basketball-wise, but in the attrition element of possibly playing back-to-back-to-back days?
Well, first of all, you got to play the best 3 games that you have all year. Like, we've been very good this season so far, but if we want to win this thing, then we got to play our 3 best games this weekend. Winning a conference tournament is tough. Last year I was close with my old team. We made it to the final. So I know what it takes to, like, taking care of your body, because 3 games in 3 days can be really tough, and every single game will be a war. Big Ten is very physical, so we got to be ready. This week we've been doing a good job of mixing rest and practice together. Coaching staff and athletic trainers and just the whole staff in general has been really good the whole season, making sure that we get the right amount of rest but also the right amount of practice to be ready to perform. So it's good that it doesn't have to be we have to figure it out for this one weekend. We've been very consistent with it all year, so I have confidence that our bodies will be ready to go on Friday.
Rienk, what do you think of your draw of the potential 3 opponents you would face on Friday? You played all of them within the past month.
When it comes to draw, I think we match up with some teams better than others, obviously, but all teams in the Big Ten are good. Whoever we would have faced as the 6th seed or even the 11 or 14 seed, like, everybody in the Big Ten is able to make a run. So it doesn't really matter to me who we draw. We knew we're gonna be in for a good game, and they're gonna give us our best shot, their best shot, and we got to give them our best shot. So yeah, draw doesn't really matter to me. We just got to play our best basketball.
What is it about this group that gives you confidence going into the postseason, that not just the physical part of it, playing multiple games in multiple days, but the mental toughness aspect of it? What gives you confidence that this group is going to be able to handle that?
Well, mainly because we have a lot of experienced guys. We have a lot of guys that have been in college multiple years, and everybody plays their conference tournament, and a lot of guys have been in a lot of conference tournaments. So just the experience in general, I think that will definitely help, and, like, guys know what they're in for. So that will be good, and we can share that with the young guys, even though we don't have that many guys in our rotation that haven't been to a conference tournament. I know that Jamar has only played 1 conference tournament game in his career, but I think we have enough experience on this team to be able to help those guys and kind of tell everybody what they need to know and need to be ready for.
Obviously, you want to keep your edge, but Fred's talked about enjoying the ride too. How much do you want to stay present with that too, enjoying the experience of what's going to be happening in the days and weeks ahead?
I think it's just really fun to play meaningful basketball in March. That's always your goal throughout the whole year. That's what you work towards. So it's pretty fun that we get to actually do that this time around. Practice today was a lot of fun. We saw a lot of smiles in practice today, and I just hope that can carry on, because if you love the game and you give it your all, then the game can give you a lot back too.
When you had the procedure in December, were you worried about holding up over these last few months, or how difficult has that been to become that now?
Just in general with the setbacks that I had this year, with what happened early in the year with having to wear the mask and then the knee procedure and kind of having to struggle with that throughout the whole Big Ten conference play. Yeah, I mean, I'm very thankful that I've been able to play every game, and it's been a struggle, but it's definitely went well. When that procedure happened, I was definitely kind of worried about what would happen towards the end of the conference season, but now just very thankful how this season has gone and how it's played out for me.
Hey, Rienk, when it comes to Coach Hoiberg, back to him for a minute and his award, I mean, what stands out about him as a coach? Is it his X's and O's, his personality, the way he treats you? Like, when you think of Fred Hoiberg, what do you think of?
First of all, great basketball mind, like especially when you talk about X's and O's, he's one of the best in the game. His professional approach in preparation to games and during games, like you rarely see him get sped up or like buy into the chaos. He's always a calm rock that I mean, games have a lot of ups and downs. It's an emotional roller coaster, but he's always very, very steady throughout the game, and that calms the guys down and gives us confidence. And we know that when we walk out of a timeout, he'll give us a play that we're most likely going to score off of and just get back rolling again.
Fred said this is one of his favorite teams he's ever coached in his career group. How much fun just have you had with these guys this year so far?
It's been a lot of fun. How I think Coach alluded to saying how hasn't been that many distractions off the court. That's definitely true. Like, this group has been great with just being good guys and being focused on what we need to do and being dialed into practice on the court, but off the court, just not getting into any trouble and just making sure that everybody stays healthy and stays ready to go. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun with these guys. Like, even sometimes you gotta relax and take a step back from the game and just hang out with your teammates and just be normal college students. And I think we've found the right balance in that for sure.
As a follow-up to that, he has coached a ton of NBA players and a lot of really talented guys, and yet this is one of his favorite teams. What does that mean to you?
It's a pretty special compliment, especially with the teams that he's been around. For him to call us is one of his favorite teams, it's a good compliment. It's a nice compliment to get.
Rienk, what have you seen from Josiah these past 2 games? It really seems like he's
Yeah.
ramped things up.
He's been amazing. He's really gotten better throughout the whole season, and he's playing his best basketball right now, which is exactly what you want, like this time of year, to play your best basketball. So, yeah, these past 2 games, he's been enormous for us, and I mean, I love it when he puts up games and puts up numbers and helps the team in every little bit the way he's been doing. Like, no, I love seeing it.
Rienk, does that feel a little bit different? You know, you're entering postseason and you guys will play beyond this week no matter what happens. Is there a little bit of extra energy in the gym, or how do you describe kind of moving around the team?
It's new for me. I've never been in a situation to receive an at-large bid. So before, it was always going into the conference tournament. That's like the big moment. Obviously, it's still big, but it's also nice that we already are assured of that this won't be our last games. Because if you know it potentially could be your last game, that it can be filled with a lot of emotions. But now we can just focus on the game plan, focus on playing hard and doing the right things, and you don't have to worry about the emotional side of things. So that's great relief, and I think that puts everybody more in focus with the game plan and just playing as best as we can.
At what point did you realize this team could be good enough to be an NCAA tournament team?
Pretty much right when I walked in here. Obviously, when you commit, then you kind of keep looking around. Okay, which other guys can we bring in? And Casey coming back was huge. But once you walk in and you kind of see the talent that walks around the gym, I saw pretty much right away. Hey, we got some guys here. We got some talent here. Yes, we got picked 12th in the preseason, but I think we can do better. Me personally, before the season, I said we should be able to play in the top 5 in the Big Ten, and we've been able to do that and even exceed that expectation. So no, I'm happy that that played out the way it did.
So like the first like summer workout, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much.
Team's resume speaks for itself, but those 2 wins over Purdue and Wisconsin, I mean, not only do you guys belong, but, you really could go out and win this thing. Talk about those 2 wins, how they're going to help you guys out this week.
There's been a lot of talk of us obviously not winning that many games away from Pinnacle Bank Arena. We got that little thing off our shoulder with getting 2 road wins now. But yeah, we've shown that we can play with the best of them, and even on the road at Illinois going into overtime, that definitely gives us a lot of confidence that we can play with the best teams in this conference and even in this country. And yeah, it gives us a lot of confidence going into this. But still, we gotta take care of the first game on Friday. Can't look ahead too far. It's just one game at a time, and yeah, whoever we face on Friday, we'll be ready for.
It's gonna be a long wait on Friday. Rienk, you guys might not tip off till like 8:30 or so.
Yeah, that's a late one. We'll be doing a lot of stretching and meditation and stuff with Kurt. That's worked so far on the road. We kind of started with that at Indiana, so I'm sure Coach will have us do that again.